The foundational era, meticulously crafted by Hashirama's vision and Tobirama's pragmatism, had given Konoha an unprecedented era of order and growth. Yet the peace achieved was always a fragile balance, a fleeting moment between storms. Even the strongest foundations can quake under the tremors of war. As the world outside Konoha's borders bristled with animosity and power struggles, the village, despite its innovations and strength, was about to face its greatest trials yet. The era of relative calm was over. The stage was set for global conflict, and Konoha would be plunged into the brutal crucible of the Shinobi World Wars. Despite Tobirama Senju's tireless efforts to build alliances and establish diplomatic ties, the deep-seated rivalries and territorial ambitions of the burgeoning shinobi villages ultimately erupted. The First Great Shinobi World War ignited, a brutal globe-spanning conflict that reshaped the very landscape of the shinobi world. Konoha, as one of the most powerful and influential villages, found itself at the forefront of the fighting. This was a war of attrition, marked by constant skirmishes, devastating battles, and immense losses on all sides. Konoha's newly established systems, its ninja academy graduates, and its seasoned shinobi were thrown into the inferno. The village made heavy sacrifices, enduring the relentless pressure of a world tearing itself apart, cementing its reputation as a formidable military power, but at a tremendous human cost. Scarcely had the world recovered from the first cataclysm when the embers of conflict reignited, sparking the even more brutal Second Great Shinobi World War. This era saw the rise of a new generation of Konoha legends, young shinobi whose names would echo through history. Among them were the brilliant but unorthodox Jiraiya, the healing prodigy Tsunade, and the enigmatic genius Orochimaru. These three, exceptional even among the elite, earned the legendary title of the Sannin from the enemy leader Hanzo for their ability to survive his poisoned attacks. But this was no tale of glory alone. The Second War was defined by moral complexities, by the desperate fight for survival, and the heartbreaking choices shinobi were forced to make. Entire nations were ravaged, and the Sannin themselves wrestled with the brutal realities of war, shaping their paths and philosophies in profound ways. It was a crucible that tested not just their strength, but their very humanity. The Third Great Shinobi World War proved to be the most devastating of these early global conflicts, pushing Konoha to its absolute limits. This was a war fought on multiple fronts, against multiple adversaries, often with brutal and unforeseen consequences. Yet from this immense struggle emerged the village's next generation of heroes, figures who would embody the very essence of the will of fire. Among them, Minato Namikaze shone brightest, earning the terrifying moniker the Yellow Flash for his unparalleled speed and tactical brilliance. His presence alone could turn the tide of battle, inspiring allies and striking fear into enemies. This era also marked the tragic origins of Kakashi Hatake, a young prodigy who, through profound loss and the unexpected gift of a Sharingan, began his journey toward becoming one of Konoha's most iconic shinobi. Through these immense sacrifices, the will of fire, the unwavering belief in protecting the village and its people, safeguarding future generations, and seeing comrades as family, burned brighter than ever. It was this spirit, forged in the fires of war, that prevented Konoha from crumbling. Through the relentless devastation of three global conflicts, Konoha suffered unimaginable losses. Entire generations of shinobi were scarred, families torn apart, and the very foundations of the village repeatedly shaken. Yet each time from the ashes of battle, Konoha rose again. This wasn't merely due to superior military might, but to an indomitable spirit, the very will of fire instilled by its founders. Despite the losses, the ideology persisted. The Ninja Academy continued to train new shinobi. The Hokage system remained the village's steadfast beacon, and the people, united in their purpose, always rebuilt. This enduring spirit, this unbreakable cycle of resilience and renewal, became Konoha's true strength, a testament to its people's unwavering commitment to the dream of peace and the protection of their home. It proved that even when broken, the village's heart, its will of fire, could never be extinguished. Through the ashes of three global conflicts, Konoha's will of fire burned brighter than ever, proving itself a village capable of withstanding the fiercest external onslaughts. The Crucible of War had forged legendary figures and an unyielding spirit. But its greatest internal challenges and external threats far more insidious than rival villages were still on the horizon. A different kind of darkness was gathering, threatening to consume everything the village held dear. Join us next time as we witness Konoha face total annihilation at the hands of a mysterious and devastating force, only to experience an unprecedented rebirth.